My name is Reginald Jones Sawyer. I am the president of the SCLC, Southern Christian Leadership Conference, of the board of directors. I am Reverend Lee, who's the executive director of SCLC, and he will speak now to let you know some specific concerns and what we're here today for.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Eric Lee, and I am the executive director of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference of Greater Los Angeles. African American leaders and organizations are here at Dorsey High School in the wake of Superintendent David Brewer's resignation as superintendent of Los Angeles Unified Schools. Superintendent Brewer's resignation after only 2 years is an indicator of the continuing crisis in public education in Los Angeles. Our focus is not on Superintendent Brewer or his resignation. Our focus is on the decades of failed education that has resulted in African American students dropping out of school at a higher rate than every other ethnic group. Our focus is on the extremely wide achievement gap between African American students, white and Asian student counterparts. Our focus is on the clearly evident disparities in the quality of education between our minority inner city schools and the wealthier white suburban schools. Our focus is on changing the unequal educational system to one that provides an equal education to all of our children. Our focus is on stopping the flow of resources designated for improving the quality of education in inner city schools, where the categorical funds and Title I funds are being used to support the core curriculum education in suburban schools. With that in mind, we have 3 primary asks of the City of Los Angeles and the Board of Education. First, we want to have a role in the selection process for the new superintendent by having a community representative on the selection committee. Second, we want the establishment of a task force specifically for improving the quality of education for our black children. And third, we want a meeting with the Los Angeles Mayor, Antonio Villaraigosa, and the school board to address these concerns and to develop a strategic plan for the needs of African American students. With that in mind, we stand here today as a unified collaboration of African American leaders and organizations committed to the cause of improving the education for our students. Right now, we're going to bring our board member, Marguerite Lamont.
Thank you, Reverend Lee. And everything comes good. And the good that has come out of this activity this month is including right now. I didn't think there would be anything positive in this unity of us. Approximately 2 years ago, Admiral Brewer undertook the oversight and supervision of the second largest district in the nation and the largest school district in the state of California. A district historically challenged and besieged by problems that preceded his acceptance of the assignment. Admiral Brewer's assignment was voted upon unanimously by the former school board. On Tuesday, December 9, 2008, Brewer's contract was voted out by 5 members of the board, with 2 noes by Julie Korenstein and Marguerite Lamont. My personal no vote was based upon several tenets. The process, flawed and weak, of potential Brown Act violations yet to be investigated. Superintendent Brewer referenced potential racial discrimination that too has to be investigated. However, a few of some basic statistics for the last 5 years were quite revealing. I'll share only the last 2 years that he has been here, but I have it for all 5 years. In 06-07, the API scores of the district were 655. Last year, 652. It went from 9 in his first year to 21 API growth in the second year, which was the largest in the state district-wide. API growth went from 664 to 683 in the last 2 years. the attendance rate went from 93.8 to 93.9 in the last 2 years. This makes me question the reference that Brewer wasn't moving fast enough, which was one of the allegations given. As reported in most of the media, external forces continue to, unfortunately, be the driving force of this board, and I am so happy that we will have intervention and monitoring from the group standing behind me. This occurs to be the potential failure of focusing on what is best for adults rather than focusing on what is best for students and their families. While I am disillusioned by the antics and politics that resulted in the demise of Brewer's superintendency of this district, as one elected to serve my constituency, especially the underperforming students who have been referenced here this morning, I shall continue to increase the number of all-male classes that we have. We have 7 right in this district, 1 at Dorsey, 3 at Audubon, and 2 at Bradley, and I think one of the, Mr. Aubrey's grandson is in one of those classes, and they are really doing quite well with those young men. I shall also continue to work hard, as we have been told this morning. We've got to be cohesive. We've got to be collaborative. We cannot divide, but stand together as a community. And although I serve all students, as I have said before, I'm unashamedly an African American who will work for the African American students, the Latino students, the Asian students, and all of the students whom I serve in this district. And I welcome the people standing behind me to join forces